Salakia, continue. It says Strughold contributed several affidavits on behalf of his research assistant, Herman Becker Freishing, who was convicted of crimes against humanity despite Stronghold's defense. All told, over 1,600 psychiatrists, medical doctors, and physicians were brought to the U.S. to continue their work. Let's reread that again. Herman Becker Freishing, who was convicted of crimes against humanity despite Stronghold's defense. All told, over 1,600 psychiatrists, medical doctors, and physicists were brought to the U.S. to continue their work. Nazi Germany first saw the use of psychiatry as a punitive tool for controlling political dissidents. Psychiatry is uniquely positioned as the perfect tool to enforce political obedience through confinement of those who disagree with current government policy. In Nazi Germany, psychiatrists were responsible for killing hundreds of thousands of their patients deemed racially and cognitively compromised. And see, what they don't tell you about is that whole thing, how they got that, what is that called? How they got over there, the Balfour Declaration, how those fake ass Jews got over there. They don't tell you that actual real Israelites was getting fucked up over there. That's why that movie Inglourious Bastards is actually because it wasn't many Jakes in the movie, but the one dude he messed with an Edomite. She might have been a Jake, but I think she was an Edomite. That's the thing though. Like I know some dudes that been in other countries and whatnot. They said, let's go over to Germany. You know what I mean? And I'm like, go to Germany. And they like, yeah, they gonna love you over there. Cause, in other countries, like, and in that movie, she loved him. Now, at that time, they was doing what they was doing. And, I believe, if I remember the movie correctly, because I haven't seen it in years, but if I remember the movie correctly, she died and he died. I believe she loved the Jake and the dude that actually ended up getting out of there because they was like a hit squad. They killed everybody that they was supposed to kill to the point where if they was compromised, they didn't try and save themselves. They died on the mission. But at the end of the day, because like who Brad Pitt had, he had like an elite group of dudes. He handpicked every person that was going to do this mission. And a lot of the people he picked was supposed to be Jews. Like they showing you them Khazars, they looking like Edomites and shit, but he handpicked them because they had more hate towards them people than anybody. So, but long story short though, the one dude that played in Django, actually, that's how because dude is a pretty good actor. The guy that played in Django, that taught Django how to be a bounty hunter, he played the head Nazi that actually got away with the shit in the movie Inglourious Basterds. And he liked it, the female, but she was in love with the Jake. And some kind of way, I believe they both got killed in the movie. So at the end, my whole point of bringing all that up is because it said, let me reread it. It said, Nazi for killing hundreds. It said in Nazi Germany, psychiatrists were responsible for killing hundreds of thousands of their patients deemed racially and cognitively compromised. So cognitively has to do with your thinking, and racially means they was messing. Racially, how else could you be compromised? Because they must have been dealing with undesirable. Suppose you gotta remember, Adolf, although he was compromised, you gotta remember he was a bastard of the Rothschild. He felt they was gonna have a super race of Edomites. That's why at the Olympics with Jesse Owens, when he dogged them, he made that was all spiritual though. You gotta remember, he's like, we're the master race, and then Jesse Owens burnt everybody out of there. I'm talking about like he was fucking a road runner or something. But people don't know no fucking history. Niggas know nigga shit. Psychiatrists led the way in brainwashing and mind control experiments and were highly sought after as Operation Paperclip transferees. They were allowed to continue their mind control research in the United States under auspices of the newly formed Central Intelligence Agency after World War II. Let's reread that again. They were allowed to continue their mind control research in the United States under auspices of the newly formed Central Intelligence Agency after World War II. Unfortunately, psychiatry has continued to be used punitively. Unfortunately, psychiatry has continued to be used punitively, punitively to this day in all countries. An entire chapter is dedicated to this questionable medical practice later in the book. Bear with me for a second, Salaki. Continuing. The non-consensual experimentation being done in Nazi Germany was not done in a microcosm. Much of it was in direct replication of experimentation already being done in the United States. The atrocity in the concentration camps were a reflection of the atrocities being committed here in the name of furthering medical science. For example, it is widely held that the Nazi eugenics programs were adopted from eugenics programs already in place in the United States. According to a Yale study, the popular movement aimed at improving society through selective breeding. And that's a spirit. I just brought that up, right? They tried to call themselves creating a super race. Like, you got all these niggas love Arnold Schwarzenegger. That nigga don't like y'all. Y'all don't know that? Wow. Why do you think he used to do that pose? Pay attention to that. Look at the Nazi, when they do that Hail Hitler. What do you think he was doing when he was fucking doing his bodybuilding pose? Man, people stupid, though. According to a Yale study, the popular movement aimed at improving society through selective breeding indicates that a forced sterilization were carried out on a much... Hey, I got one even better. That must be the spirit. Go look into who his father was. Look into who his grandfather was. You motherfuckers, know who actually spoke on it and spoke on it in a way, but didn't. He realized something when he met him. Ari Spears, while motherfuckers always talk about him, laughing at him and all that, Ari Spears said some real shit in the comedy special one time. He was like, I saw him at a gas station one day. He was like, and he started, he good at the impersonation. So he's like, yeah, this is Terminator. He's like, I grew up watching this nigga shit. He's like, so I'm breaking my neck to go try and speak to the nigga. He say, he seen and never look at him though. He literally like, yeah, how are you? But not looking at him. Like trying to get, he moving fast, trying to get away from him. And then he said he did some shit. He was like, he do that look, like in every movie. I forgot what comedy show it was though, but it's a funny joke how Ari Spears do it. I ain't no talented person in that way. So, but the point is, I remember that. It was in that same one where he do the, talking about Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, the Heat joke. You could go look this shit up on YouTube, but he literally pay attention to his movies. But whatever. Take the time to think about this. This is the only foreign dude to hold any kind of office in this country. You got to be born here. How the fuck did he ever become the governor? Why y'all worried about the dumbest shit? But you trusting in this place. Literally, that's written down in their laws. You got to be born here to hold an office here. He is actually not a citizen of here. He was born somewhere else. Well, he is a citizen now, I guess, but he was born somewhere. You had to be born here to be a governor and a senator and a president. That's why they was fucking with Obama so much about where your birth certificate at. People need to go really read and learn some shit instead of being just the super nigga. They gonna roll over a super nigga. Like, you gonna see how super you not. Nigga, the most high God is not dealing with no nigga. Like, real, man. And trust me, this shit get worse to making you wanna, be a nigga. Like, nigga shit happen every 5 seconds. But you think the most high God ain't dealing with no nigga? Man, they gonna see. A super nigga gonna get. Super nigga gonna be like, and I'm gonna say it, fuck what nigga get offended about. You have a nigga that don't even know a Nipsey Hussle get offended. Like, come on. With a super nigga like a Nipsey Hussle, you see what happened to him, right? Like, that's cool that he was going to call himself helping them, but who's to say? I actually like pay attention and research shit. Like he was doing some gangster shit, but for what ends for real though? Like you don't think he was doing no nigga shit though for real though? Like come on, man. Man, you got fucking people said that Obama was getting high. The fuck? Hey, I'm gonna stop there though. That shit maybe get into some stuff that it need to be said. That was just the spirit how he led it, but at the same time, it's just like this shit. Like that's what I said. Unless the spirit moved me to tell these people shit, I mean it ain't shit. Most high, like when I'm talking about now, this is shit. You gotta remember, we live in a place full of shit. We live in a place that you've been lied to all your life. You go far enough in history, you'll find out that Obama was the first president that was so-called black. This how much these people lie. And y'all love this shit though. Like the fuck? Like they show you, they tell you they don't know who created and actually designed Washington D.C. But I met a nigga bitch that actually had some people around her, showed her some shit. She actually named. I said, damn, I ain't gonna lie, that shit turned me on. I said, damn, that bitch not even know something. You know what I mean? Like she said Benjamin Banneker. But they don't give him his respect. So why would you trust this motherfucking Edomite though? With that said, I'm gonna stop there, and Lord will start up, tomorrow. With that, I want to give all praise, honor, glory, call halal, Allah, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Hashem, Rachak, Kodash, Bakatham. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth with faith and sincerity, enriching their lives and freedom to do so. Shalom to Akwaf and Akim out there listening and learning. Shalom to the confused and face brethren joining onto our ranks, as well as those that were hoping to join onto our ranks. And with that, Lord will come with another lesson in the same series as soon as possible. Adonai Ratazah. And with that, Shalom, Shalom, and Abad the Ball.